All right, here we go to the final five, the top five of the top 25 greatest feuds in WWE history. Kicking it off at number five, Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Bret the Hitman Hart. In my opinion, it was one of the most intense feuds in WWE history, and it was the feud that established Steve Austin as a main event superstar. This was the feud that put Steve Austin on the map. And it's a feud that really took Bret Hart to a whole nother level. I mean, Bret Hart was the face of WWE. He was this clean cut good guy. But in this feud, Bret Hart got dirty, and he proved that he could have a more intense kind of match, a hardcore style match. Um, these guys pushed all the limits. They stepped over all the boundaries. You had the Survivor Series match in '96, and the promos between these two. The thing about this feud too is that it felt very real. It wasn't like any other feud in WWE history before that. In previous feuds there was a lot of cartoon aspect to it, but in this feud, it was all about the realism and that these two guys really didn't like each other and they hated each other's guts and they just wanted to beat the crap out of each other. So that's what made this feud so great and so groundbreaking, because it really did go to a level of realism that we hadn't seen before in WWE. And Bret Hart using profanity on live television because he was so angry at Steve Austin, and Steve Austin just week in week out getting under Bret Hart's skin. And then of course the match at WrestleMania 13, my number one pick for the greatest match in WWE history. Everything about that match was just flawless. Perfect storytelling, everything that you would ask for in a professional wrestling match. And that visual was Steve Austin bleeding. And the double turn, Bret Hart turning heel, Steve Austin turning babyface. To me, this feud was really the beginning of the Attitude Era. And there's no doubt about it that it is one of the greatest feuds in WWE history, not just WWE, in the wrestling business, period. A feud that really changed the industry.